on the stream. We're looking for the right output here.
Oh,
Yeah.
can you hear us? Oh, you
Who?
can hear us.
Who can hear us?
The stream.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This
Go.
definitely isn't take two. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome again to episode 25. That's a 4. And we have the coolest D&D group ever. We have Becca Ezrip, John S. Stoney, Juliet S. Fern, Mel S. Stoney, and I as Daniel. And then last but not least, Jack as our DM. Now
You're
we
not
have a
You as
Daniel.
Daniel as Pieta.
You're as Pieta.
as Pieta. We have a wild episode for you today, so strap in and put on any masks or anything. All right. Anyways, I will hand it now to our DM Jack. Oh, and don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe. Stop being so violent because that's probably not something you should be doing at a daily basis. But
Especially
we
with
give you
sensitive
permission.
electronic equipment.
Yes, but we give you permission for only the like and subscribe buttons. Without further ado, Jack, it is your
Thank you.
floor.
We are Dicey Decisions, folks, and this campaign is Zeros to Heroes. Any shout-outs, folks, before we get started? Anybody want to pump up the jam on anything except for our lovely Brandy Schonenberg, who is the writer of these 2 great books so far, The Gate and the Mage Crown. A player with us on Friday nights. Anybody else want to shout?
Sleep. I shout out sleep.
Both
We
the
all need a
spell
little bit
and
more.
the action in real life.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Shout out to my mother, just cuz.
Okay. Hey, Mom.
Lots of moms around the world.
Does Mom watch our stream?
No, she is very technology illiterate.
Okay. Fair.
Technologically illiterate.
All right. Take a deep breath, people. Now, the reason Daniel said this is it's going to be a wild one tonight is because
It's
this
Pieta
is
to you.
That's true. This is a scripted event. Everybody knows exactly what's happening, and they're just reading their lines. So, okay, session 25. If you're just joining us, we are about to complete 25 episodes and 5 more already as level 0 characters in the beginning, and so I thought perhaps it was time for a quick update. Very quick. Our campaign started in the village of Gladewell, located in the center of the continent of Taldori on the world of Exandria. Our village was co-opted by the large sovereign city called Iman, and young people were given the ability for the first time to earn apprenticeships in places far from home. Our heroes took advantage of this and returned 5 years later, trained and on a mission. All were sent back to Gladewell to explore a dangerous incursion of giant spiders. Upon returning and meeting up again during an eclipse, they saw the weave fracturing above their village. This led them to explorations of spiders, the city's logging and mining operations, and even the new area governor. Determining there was a conspiracy afoot reaching into Iman and the nearby city of Kamal, and the interference of a cult, and even to a god, the heroes have maneuvered through assassins, witches, the Fae, and other denizens far greater than themselves. Currently, just after defeating a Zen Karla, an undead infused with the presence of Lolth, the god of shadows and lies, the sky shattered, the divine gate broke and dissipated, and for a few brief moments, they felt the presence of all the gods on Exandria. And that's where we are now. Anything to add, folks? Well, we're zeros to heroes. And here we go. Well, you sure took your time sleeping in there, didn't you, sleepyheads?
You took your time. Where have you been?
Been busy. Been here and there. Took me a while to track you down, didn't it now?
I make that hawk noise to wake up everyone that hasn't been woken up yet.
Okay.
Mhm. That's-
There
Oh.
another thing being referred to as the kid? Oh, Nimbus.
Well, hello there.
You know, it's
Hey.
not that nice to just run away without telling anyone.
I've got things to do, lass. I'll be here and gone before you know it. As you've seen, I can't be beholden to holding your hands. But I don't think
Right.
you need me to.
Is the guy still there in the hole? Perception
There's
check?
no hole yet.
All right.
But yeah,
The guy.
he's still tied up, yes. That would be Carlton, the captured soldier.
Carlton.
Well,
As
Nimbus,
you guys are stirring, Carlton says, "Good morning."
don't mind him. I presume you're back because you have news for us or some kind of update?
Well, uh, m- my lady expects to speak with you whenever you're ready.
You know,
Oh.
I do believe that we've been ready on several different occasions, but you weren't there when we were ready. So, is this really happening? Just making sure, all our cards on the table here, as they say.
I have
Hey,
to
are
agree
we
with Stony.
Are we not going to talk about how we all just fell asleep and we could have been attacked? Thank you, Nimbus, for showing up at at the perfect time. Huh.
Aye, I did have to fight off quite the incursion of goblins.
Oh,
Oh, you hear that guy? You could have
What?
died.
There weren't no
Points at Carlton.
goblins. Carlton, there weren't no goblins.
What? You were asleep. What would you know?
I've been awake. Anybody have some water?
I think it's time for you to go into your hole, and I stomp my foot on the earth, and I start using mold earth to create a really deep hole.
Whoa, whoa! And he thunk in 5 feet deep.
I do it again. 10 feet
5
down.
feet deeper. Ah!
I do it one more time, 15 feet.
Oh my!
You hear echoing out of there. That's not quite funny.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's
This
not
is a
that
little
bad.
funny.
Pizza
You're
says struggling.
mistreating me. I'm a prisoner of war. Yeah, there's certain stipulations.
Yeah, maybe we
Oy vey.
should treat him nicer. Should I? He like
You are
chunks.
a prisoner? No, you are a criminal. You've broken several laws. You don't get to
You-
speak. I really wish someone needs to go down and gag him or something.
He is a prisoner. He's not wrong. He is a prisoner. He's also a
that?
criminal. But
What's
he's our
that you're
prisoner.
saying? I can't hear you down here.
Don't need
Can
to.
you, be can you be a prisoner of war if you're technically on the same side?
I don't think
Yes.
we're on the same side.
Come on. No,
All of-
they are from. Wait, I'm getting confused. What side are we on again?
I think that remains to be seen currently.
My limbs have all gone asleep and my fingers are purple. Please let me out of here.
If there is a side that we're on, it's the side that's against the the one that Rip doesn't want me to say.
Man, I
And
don't know. I'm starting to feel
that
bad. Maybe we should treat him a little nicer.
Carlton's history is not in line with being against she whose name I am not supposed to say because of Rip.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, no, I don't think we are on the same side.
Did you forget about the whole undead thing that we just killed? I don't.
Yes, it's his
Carlton's on
fault.
the side of the undead thing.
Yeah.
that's a story I'd like to hear.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
How much time do you have,
Nimbus.
girl?
Yes, I don't know we have time for stories.
Tell you the
How are we
story.
supposed to speak with your mistress?
Oh, well, we have to find water first.
For Carlton?
Oh, no, we have to find water. A puddle that reflects the sky so that we can. It's what it takes to find her.
Oh, okay.
Would
Oh.
any puddle do if I put out my water skin right now? Would that work?
Oh, it would have to be big enough for you to stand in and to be bigger than your body. I need some water.
So we're
Alright.
talking about it like a sizable pond, not exactly a puddle, is what I'm hearing.
Oh,
Dimension-wise.
a pond would work. Aye.
We do have a 15-foot hole.
Oh
Is
yeah,
it
maybe we
full
could
of
just
water?
we could make it.
I could make it deeper if we need.
No, just full of water. Can you just make it full of water?
Oh, no. But I can make it deeper.
I don't think that would help.
Hmm.
Right.
I can make it look like it has water.
Nimbus, do illusions count?
I don't think so, lass. We could try, but I really don't think so.
All right. I guess we're on a quest for some water then.
Does blood count if we were to get all the blood from the dead bodies?
No more blood. No more
Okay.
blood.
Oh. Okay, well, I just was throwing out ideas.
You've lost a
think
lot of blood over the last few days.
That is
Oh.
true.
My dear Sonny, have you lost some blood?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm great now. It's a new day.
Good to hear. And what's up with this fella down the hole?
He
Yeah,
did bad stuff.
I'm thirsty. I'm dying here.
Good.
We decided to leave him in a hole instead of killing him.
You're mean to me.
Gosh.
You're mean
How
to
did
the
this one
planet.
end up in any of this? This person is supposed to be a mercenary? Who is he getting any jobs over on? He's a whiny child.
Agreed.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of like the guy.
Well,
Yeah.
Are we
why?
ready to go find water? Sorry, Carlton, but you know, this was the deal, to put you in a hole and leave you be.
You're gonna leave me to die? I'm tied up. I'm trussed like a chicken. Drop a knife down here or a sharp rock so I can cut myself loose.
I mean, I could drop a knife down there. Can't guarantee it wouldn't cut you.
I'll take
Yeah.
that chance.
Here, I can do this, and I'll lean over the hole and snap and just light a small little fire with druidcraft to burn the rope free.
You see, he's already got his feet out. He's standing up down there.
There you go.
Great, you're fine.
You're good.
Thanks. Okay. Now rope so I can climb out, please.
You're resourceful, I feel like.
Yeah,
You're
you've
right.
got
Wow.
plenty
That's
of rope
fair.
down
This
there.
is probably the best I'm gonna get. So, all right. Have a good ride.
Thanks. Don't do that thing again. Just don't try not to do that another time.
Oh no, I wouldn't. I'm fixed. I'm good now.
Great.
Yeah, I don't think people change that fast, buddy.
You'd be surprised.
I kind of want to have faith in you, but you're still a prisoner. You did some bad stuff. I'm so confused and perplexed.
Well, shall we get moving then?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I can fly up high and look for a sign of some water, but does anyone else want to do the favor of flying around? Can you fly? Wait, you can't fly.
No, Grim can
Yeah.
fly. I can probably find water. Can I make a nature check to see if I'd be
Sure.
able to find water pretty
Mhm.
close by? Oh, no, I can't. That's
Oh.
a 7. That's a 7, and I have proficiency.
You're pretty
So
sure
that
there aren't any creeks or puddles nearby.
I don't. Yeah, it's a pretty dry area. I'm not sure I'd be able to find anything.
Oh.
Sunny, could Grim go up and look?
Sunny looks down at Grim. You know, it's morning. We just woke up. Probably not. I look down
Yeah.
at him.
It's
You
fine.
want
It's fine. I'll do it. And she flies up higher and higher. The dog Clips is looking up at her in the sky and starts whining and jogs into the grass, like trying to follow her from far, far below.
I'll follow Clips.
Okay.
I would like to be the last one to leave and follow along if everyone else is going.
I before we all before while everyone's heading out, I'm gonna go to the hole and like make it look like I'm waving to everybody, and then as I turn, I'm gonna like sleight of hand drop my water. Listen, this is what Pieta would do. All right, I'm gonna
Okay.
drop
Roll a sleight of
my
hand.
my water whatever the water satchel. I don't even know what it's called.
And Sunny, go ahead and
Oh
roll.
my god,
Perception.
I got a nat 20. Now, no nat 20s. Save it for later. I got a nat 20.
Don't waste
That's
it
just
on Carlton.
that's a 23 on the die. Or
Okay.
sorry, after the modifier.
Fern, you can also roll in that. I mean, perception because I think you and Sonny are the only ones who really care.
That would be a 14.
Sonny,
Does a dirty 24 beat like a nat 20, 23? I was just curious, like in D&D world realms.
it depends.
Oh, okay.
Am I allowed to go up after Payeta does that? I
To go up
wouldn't.
to the hole? Sure,
Yeah,
of course.
Okay. I want to make it another 20 feet deeper using mold
Okay.
earth. Yeah, but I
Can
don't want them
mold
to know I did.
Can mold earth go that deep?
It can go 30 feet.
Oh, so
I
you're
have a
standing
range
right
of
at the
30
top.
feet. Yeah.
And you're pulling soil out of it and like piling it around the surface, I guess?
Yeah, it says you can instantly excavate it, move it along the ground, deposit it up to 5 feet away. So there's like a pile kind of nearby that's just getting higher and higher each time.
So Pieta drops the water skin, walks away. Sonny's the last one looking down. This guy is almost out. He's like 5 feet from the top looking up, his fingers dug into the walls, and he looks up and sees Sonny looking down and says, "Oh shit."
I just my hand and be like, "Good luck," and
More
then
dirt flies out of right past him. Let me roll and see if he can stay on the side.
and I just whisper, "That's the last time you mess with my friends," and then walk away.
All right.
Oh, no.
So you leave him in the hole. You're not really sure how he's doing.
No.
All right. So you follow along underneath Nimbus for a good 15 minutes or so, and then you see her spiraling down slowly, and she's pointing off in a direction. So when she's still about 50 or 60 feet up in the air, she points and then zips that way, and Clips starts running after her. Broom, broom, broom.
I think she spotted something.
Yeah. Let's go.
Fern's gonna
Okay.
hurry off in that direction.
All right. You guys chase clips, and you find a dip in between the gently rolling hills that you've been walking between. And at the bottom of this dip is a standing pool of water. It's maybe 40 feet across, 40 by 40, and it's just, you can tell the edges of it are muddy. It's a watering hole. You see paw prints of animals and things that have come here to drink. It looks like it has shrunken in the last few days because it hasn't been raining for a while. So yeah, it's just a pond or a puddle. And
Oh.
she's standing there on the edge. And she says, "All right then, I've got the magic to welcome you. Please, how should I say this? Prepare yourselves, if you can."
Is that physically, mentally, or spiritually?
Yes, those.
Oh,
I'm creating a gateway into the deep green. Any
Uh,
questions before we get started?
yeah.
Sonny?
What's the deep green? How do you create a gateway? What's the name of the person we're talking to? What questions is she going to ask us? Why this pool? How deep is this? Is the water nice for swimming?
I can answer all those questions for you. The water is not good for swimming. It's only about 1.5 feet deep. This pool, because it's the first one I found that was big enough, we're going to the deep green, which is a portion, let's say it like this. It's part of the Feywild that almost no one knows about. You'll be meeting my lady, Lady Aphathil, who I've spoken of. And I'm sure there are a couple more questions there that I can't quite remember.
I don't either.
I finally found something in my cloak, and I hand a small satchel to each of the party. And I have one myself, and it's got some calendula and some rosemary and a little mockingbird skull and some meadowsweet. All things that the lady will like. These are good. Smell them before we go in. Probably good idea. Hold on to it. Maybe give it to the lady if she seems open to gifts. By all means. Yeah, it should help. It might help. It might help. I don't think it'll hurt.
Nimbus,
Yeah.
what's the most important thing we should know about your mistress?
You must... let me think for a moment. You must not be caught telling a lie.
Oh, not again.
Yetta turns to Sunny. Hey, you okay?
It just reminds me of the question game we used to have to play.
Right. That was a bit traumatic, wasn't it?
She did say not get caught.
Jeez. Are you guys used
No.
to lying? Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Listen, in the Fae, truth and untruth are always holding hands. Careful with the way you place your words so that no one can question you too deeply.
But what happens if you're trying to tell the truth, but you don't realize you're lying, you know? And you think you're telling the truth?
She smiles. Take care.
Oh!
And let's see. Does anyone step up to go first?
Yes, Stony does.
Oh,
He's actually so excited. He's buzzing with amazement. Yes, so I have tons of technical questions for this. How do you how does this gateway work? And tell me more about the deep green. Is it like a fragment of the Feywild, or is it a sort of pocket hidden away in the Feywild, or is it more? Well, you explain it. You help me out here.
Well, look into the water. Do you see the sky reflected in that water?
Yes, I do.
The pool lifts up and folds over you, and you're inside it. The rest of you see Stony fall face first into the water.
whoa!
Did someone push him?
Now, you know
Oh,
this
but I wish
water's
I
very
had.
shallow, but he's gone. Right then,
Oh.
who's next?
Uh, can
Sunny?
Fern and I go together?
Grim says, I'll go.
Okay. Shit, that means I have to go too. You're attached to me. Okay, we're ready.
All right. Look into the water, dear.
Okay. Now what?
See the beautiful clouds?
Yeah.
Look down at the water. See
Okay.
the clouds? Here they
Yeah.
come, and it just folds up over your head, and you're inside of it.
I just do a little.
And the rest of you guys see Sunny just fall right in. Well, who's next here? Shall we all go together?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That sounds lovely. Fern is gonna go up to the water and splash some on her face, and then stand up and hold her arms out for the others.
Okay. You guys take hands?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
With my free hand, I take a really deep puff of my little satchel. I'm ready.
Like a inhaler substitute. No.
Yeah.
Now look hard at the sky. Look at those clouds. Aren't they beautiful? And the whole thing folds over you, and you're inside. You enter into a ghostly realm.
Whoa.
You look down at your body. It doesn't seem material. It seems wispy and soft and pale. But you see it filling out. You see it starting to solidify, almost like your veins are starting. It's like your veins are hardening first, and then the muscle surrounding, but it looks like it's growing into place. It's growing like vines up and down your fingers and arms and legs, and until you feel yourself again. You're solid.
Oh, 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 oh my! Just imagine if we had gates like these. Oh, in our realm. Oh,
Above you
instant
is the sky that you were just looking at in the pool. And ripping through the sky comes Nimbus, and following her comes Clips, and they just land on the ground next to you. Well, that was my first time for that. It went well,
What?
don't you think?
I'm sorry. That was your first time doing that?
Aye, it was.
Well, I'm so glad that you did not tell us beforehand, because that certainly would have caused quite a fuss. But it seems like all my parts are here. Excellent. Please do tell me more about this magic. If anything comes to mind, of course.
I'll remind you. Watch your words. If you're going to speak like that very quickly and without regard, maybe hold yourself back. Pull in the reins quite a bit.
Ah,
Be very
yes.
careful.
Sorry, I'm just a very curious individual. Magic is, of course, my specialty. I am an inventor, an entrepreneur.
I reach up and clap my hand over his mouth. I pat you on the chest a little bit.
Oh,
I know.
pardon me.
I know. You just gotta,
She gestures in a direction, and you see unfolding from the ground a forest, which spreads quickly into every direction, and there's an entryway, an arched entryway under heavy boughs. And in this forest is dark. She says, "Look, they've opened the way. Follow me." And she
They.
zips in, and Clips goes jogging in after her.
It's beautiful. And Fern is gonna run to catch up with her.
So you follow. Is anybody holding back? How is Rip feeling right now?
Oh, weird. I did not like that transition of that incorporeal feeling when we arrived. Not a fan. Nervous, really nervous, because I am understanding the gravity of where we are and just increasing anxiousness. Like, I'm excited because this is very new, but also real nervous because I know that this can go awry really easily. And I'm probably going to stick pretty close to Pieta and Stony and also Sunny. I'm feeling really torn in a lot of directions right now. I have a lot of friends who like to speak a little flippantly.
So you're cautious.
Yeah.
Fern, there's something about this place that pulls at your soul. This is not an elven realm. This is not anything having to do with culture or society or civilization at all. This is primal. This is raw. This is nature being a willing part of whatever in the hell is happening right now. And Sonny, you can feel Grim is almost vibrating. He's so excited.
That makes Sunny very nervous, and
Yeah.
she just gets flashbacks to her time spinning in Mothers and like the weird forest that she's walked in, and those memories are like coming back to her as she's going down this path.
Grim says 2 words in your head and then doesn't speak again. Something new.
Okay, that's okay. Just keep your eyes out, Grim, okay?
He doesn't answer. You're led in through this archway, and the forest is dark, really dark. Submerged. It feels like you're going under. Although, moonlight appears to be lighting up this area. Very soft, bluish light. Though when you look up, there are only dark leaves. The air is heavy and humid, and the smell is that of earth and growing things. And Nimbus says, "Steel thyself, friends. In my memory, nay mortals have tread this sacred soil. I'll say it again. Take care."
Why are you talking like you're leaving?
She doesn't answer and keeps flying. And you come to a wall, or the end of your path. Trees, thick trees, vines, branches. And she stops. She turns and looks at you. And then she flies behind you and points forward at this wall of trees. Make a perception check, please.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Good thing we're all really good at these.
You are if you get a nat 20 for
Oh, nice.
a total of 20.
Perfect. Sunny's first time
18.
noticing anything.
I got a 14.
I also got a 14.
Who said 19?
I said
18?
18.
18. And 20. What did you get, Fern?
18.
Okay. You three see that the trees on the sides of the end, start to move. You see it first. Sunny, you're the only one who notices this so far. Their eyes sparkling in the dark on the sides of you. But then the trees on the side step into the center of this path. These are trees that move like two-legged creatures. Its giant foot sloughs through the soil and plants itself again. You can see its feet dragging roots that just slide and pull through the soil. And when they set down, it's like nothing has been disturbed. They don't say anything, but they come from both sides and they watch you as they move in front of you. And they reach long arms into the end of the path, and they intertwine their fingers and then pull. And these huge trees bend gently out of the way. And you see a glade, an opening behind it.
Fern is going to curtsy at them and then beckon to the others and walk into the clearing.
Fern, make a persuasion check.
That is 12.
You see one of them look at you specifically, and a deep rumbling. You can feel your whole chest and stomach vibrating as he kind of slowly nods this massive treed, branchy head. And you can go in first if you'd like. So you step through this pathway.
Sunny will walk up Nyx and look up at the giant tree and, "Hi, tree. Quite lovely branches and leaves you have. May I pass too?"
Make a persuasion check.
No joke, another nat 20 for
Oh my god.
a total of 23.
This
Hell yeah.
tree bows deeply to you and pulls it even wider. And you also feel this rumbling greeting.
Thank you, kind tree. Thank you. And I run after really quickly because I'm very
I'll step up and give each of them individually a nod of thanks before waiting to proceed.
Okay, persuasion check.
Good thing I'm so good at these. Oh, that's a 19 on the die for a 19.
Telling y'all, it works every
It's a
time.
great night.
This deep rumble, you feel accepted and welcome, and it sweeps a branch in front of you and gestures you forward.
Okay, thanks. So I'll walk through.
Okay. Nimbus flies up and says, "I thank you kindly, sirs," and flits right through.
Peter hasn't gone yet, right?
Nope.
Do I notice it?
Do you notice
Sony,
what?
I don't. When I rolled perception, you said everyone noticed it besides me, I believe.
Oh yeah, you
Oh, you
see it
definitely
now.
see
You
Okay.
you
I
just
didn't know.
weren't the first. Yeah, you see
Gotcha.
all this going on.
I woke up a little timidly. Bow. Thank you, kindly,
Sure.
and try to walk through.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, good thing I'm really good at these. Oh, that is a gulp. That is a 10.
They don't do anything. They just stand there holding the branches open.
All right, cool. I'll proceed to walk through.
Sure.
All right.
it's Stony steps up and he says, "Wonderful, superb, elegant, gorgeous. This, now this, truly, yes, magic. Ah, wonderful, yes. I thank you both." And he will also give a slight bow.
Okay. Persuasion check, please.
That's a 19. Nice.
Oh, they rumble and you feel it in you, and they kind of close their arms together behind you, and as you're walking through, they walk through too, and the whole thing behind them shuts.
Oh, we're really well liked by these trees, you guys.
Nobody rolled poorly. You don't know what would have happened.
Oh, I'm glad a 10 isn't poor.
So you're in this fairly large moonlit glade, maybe 150 feet wide, it's a circular, 150 feet across glade. Dark, tangled trees, the roots on the edges kind of growing up out of the ground. You can see passages and tunnels leading under them. There are large toadstools at the very bases, just barely catching the light. You can't see very far into this wood. It's there are mosses hanging down, suspended from the branches. It's a very dense forest and dark. Into this area on the far side, you hear a slight tap, tap, tapping of feet on the ground, and a smallish, maybe 4 foot tall being trots in into the glade on the far side. It is. I'm going to try to place a picture of it into our Discord just for you guys to see, but I'm going to describe it for our listeners. It is a centaur, a very thin, frail-looking blue centaur, but it doesn't have a horse body. It's got a deer body. It's
Very cute.
carrying a bow and a quiver of arrows, and on its head are some small antlers. It regards you for a moment, and then it twangs its bowstring, and a bunch of others come in from the sides. They're all the same. They're standing there staring at you.
Hello, Lady Aphathil.
They put their bows down on their backs. They open their hands so that you see they're not carrying any weapons. And they back up a little bit so they're about 150 feet away, kind of ringing the far edge of this circle. And then from the side, a huge creature glides gracefully and soundlessly from the trees. This thing stands probably 15 feet high to the top of its antlers. It's also a centaur, but its body, the front half of its body, is that of a great cat. The back 2 legs are deer legs, powerful deer legs. Its torso is humanoid, but its face is extended into that of a cat. It's got these huge, arcing antlers. And they end with shining silver tines that seem to go on forever into the trees and the sky. In its right hand, it carries a massive maul, 10 feet long, made of wood, vine, and shining silver. Your head thrums, and you feel a deep, deep sense of protection and safety just wash over you. I would like you to make a wisdom save.
Well,
Is this a magical effect?
It is. It's a charm effect. So if you choose to fight against it, some of you can do that with advantage.
yay! I have advantage
I
against being charmed.
Okay.
also have advantage against magic. Doesn't help me so much in this time, but that's okay.
Okay. Can you please tell me what you rolled, Pieta?
Oh my god. So I have advantage. The first roll was a nat 1 for a total of 3. The second roll was a 3 for a total of 5.
Okay.
Consider myself charmed.
How about Rip?
I rolled a 3 and a 5 for a total of 9.
How about Stony?
He rolled 12.
Okay. Sunny?
Sunny got an 18, but Grim, with advantage, got 4.
Okay. And Fern?
19.
Okay. Sunny and Fern, you feel the same presence. You feel deep protection and safety as this gigantic thing pads out into the center and bows its head. The other 3 of you are overwhelmed with trust and anticipation. You see Nimbus drop to the ground, fall on her knees, and bow her head faster than you can imagine. Just whoom. And she's almost prostrate in front of this massive creature.
Yeah, I also drop to my knees and kind of bend forward and hold the satchel of Archfey party mix out in my hands in front of me.
Archery.
Okay. Potpourri.
That's literally what I have it listed as in my notebook is Archfey party mix.
It's like
Okay.
I also have a
mix, but for
celestial
fae.
party mix, a fiend party mix, and a great old one party mix in there. So
Wow.
we're
Things to
covered.
tell. Yeah. You hear his rumbling voice.
Oh.
You hear it in the air and you hear it in your heads. I may be remembered in thy future as Lord Differoth, my lady of the deep green would speak with thee.
Fern is going to curtsy like she did with the trees and say, "We are honored to be here and to speak with her."
He snaps, and one of the tiny deer centaurs runs as fast as it can, swoops around, grabs the bag of party mix, and runs back to him and tosses it up to him, and then steps behind him again. A gift is a wonderful beginning.
Yeah, that's
His
for you.
voice
I
is
have more.
vibrating through you guys. Uh, from the other side, across from where he stepped, a huge treant, which is what opened the walls for you guys. It is a living, a sentient tree. Slides its feet through the soil and stops in the center near Differoth. Lord Differoth. Lord Differoth gestures with his huge weapon toward the tree. This be her voice. And the treant grabs its chest and leans forward and rips its chest open. This is a big tree. It's like an oak tree, maybe 10 feet across, and it just rips its chest open, and out of it falls this figure. Roll, please, an Arcana check.
Get them really neutral at these.
Nope.
Oh, but that 20.
Nice.
I'm
4.
rolling really well too. That's 24 for me.
Nice.
12 for Sunny.
11.
Rip, you can roll with advantage because I
Oh, okay.
believe you would probably know what this thing is.
Then that's a 14.
Okay. And what did Fern get?
4.
So Fern and Sunny don't know what this creature is. It is a gorgeous. It's got a gorgeous face, very long almond eyes, but its hair is made of leaves and branches that hang down. And this creature is suspended, hanging out of the giant treant's chest, suspended by vines and attached like they're going into her body. Remember, he said this is her voice.
Mm.
This creature, and you three who know what it is, it's a dryad. It's a spirit of the forest. It's a tree spirit, basically. So this is a tree spirit hanging out of the center of a tree. And it raises it's hanging there, just suspended like that. And it raises its face and opens its eyes, and they are just shining white.
Without getting up, I reach in and grab another satchel of party mix and exact same spot.
This creature does not move.
That's fine.
As it's white, it just moves its head. As its eyes open up white, they are closed again by bark growing over them, and her eyes are sealed off.
Whoa.
It speaks. I say to thee, we mean you no harm at this time, mortals. I bid thee, speak true and be present. Let not thy mind wander into preoccupations.
Is Lord Ditheroff still here?
Yeah.
I turn to him. How come it's only her voice and not her?
You were not charmed by him. He says, he takes his big maul and kind of very gently thumps the base on the ground. Bide thy time.
I turn to Fern. Do you know what that means?
Nimbus turns around to you and is like,
Oh, shit, okay.
the voice continues. It's a female voice. Welcome. You feel this voice vibrating the air as well. This creature's lips, who is speaking, move out of sequence with the words she's saying. It's very strange looking. Welcome to my home, my realm, a place where few mortals have tread. Should you care to know, please forgive me if I speak haltingly and in unplain terms, for I shall admit I be sorely out of practice in speaking with mortals. Yet fear not, I will draw near. And Differoth steps back, and this treant with the dryad hanging out slides back to the side, and the trees on the far side of the glade spread apart, and there's a shining pool of water back there. A still pool of dark water. And then the whole pool starts sliding into the center of the glade.
Oh.
It stops between this giant treant and Lord Differoth. Please roll a perception check, please. Please, please.
10.
8.
Six.
17.
Mel, I think your mic cut out
Yeah,
there.
it went off for a second. I don't know what happened. People on stream are not going to believe this, but it is another nat 20.
No.
That's
awesome.
crazy. Wait.
This will never happen again, so.
So I'm sending you
That-
guys pictures. This third picture I just sent is what, if you rolled above a 10, you notice these things.
Ooh.
Remind me to tell y'all about these things at the end of our stream. I'll tell everybody if we're not cut out by then. These beasts, you notice, sneaking in and out from between the tree roots and around them. There are probably a dozen or more. They are large, probably the size of a pony or a deer. They look like giant weasels with tall ears and long legs. They're just lithe and slippery, and you hear them squeaking and chirping to one another. And
Cute.
Rip, your weasel jumps off of your shoulder and sprints right up to one of them and is just all over it, just crawling up and down it, and it rolls on its back and starts wriggling around playing with it. The rest of them are checking everybody out, sniffing you, putting their noses into your bags, but they are like on ADHD on crack. They're just like so hyper, they just can't stay still. And so they're just constantly zipping around in every direction until they draw to the edge of the water and stop.
We just got.
A few bubbles break the surface of the water. This water is green and not very clear. Bubbles break the surface, and the dryad hanging out speaks with a vibrating voice. Interesting. These are the babes who have stirred the workings of empire. You seem so very fragile. The bubbles continue, and something starts to rise from the pool. . The first thing you see is a heart-shaped face rising slowly from the pool, bearing the most incredible eyes, huge, liquid, compelling, and independently moving eyes. You are captivated by the depth of emotion you feel from them. Pure love, and also something like hunger. I need you to roll another wisdom save.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need to stop throwing it off my desk.
is this another charm type thing that we?
Yes, it is. It is
Okay, cool.
also a charm.
Get out of
It
here,
is a
Nat 1.
very high DC.
Oh,
Sunny got a nat 1 for a total of 3, and Grim got a 10.
Okay.
I see you're balancing out, Sonny.
Yeah, high or low, can't be in between.
I got
How
a nat
about
1,
Fern?
but
Okay.
I actually got an 18 after the advantage.
All right. Still failed. Fern,
14.
fail. Stony,
12.
okay.
Fail.
And Rip.
Trying to decide if I want to intentionally fail this.
You're welcome to.
No, I got a dirty 20.
Still a failure.
I figured it might be, actually.
The DC was 21. So this face, beautiful, captivating, alien face, slides slowly out. Its eyes pointed up, and its head is long and extended. As this creature slides out from the dark green pool, it stands roughly 10 feet tall on these bent legs. Its cranium is super long and extended, like the xenomorphs from Alien, except its extended head is a cage, and inside that cage is a glowing orb. Its nose is smooth to its face. Incredibly long, stick-like appendages, arms and legs, very thin, mottled green and blue and black, and its hands are huge, and its legs end also in hands. And behind it, slowly moving back and forth, she's got an incredibly long, whip-thin tail. Her thin lips peel back, stretching across her face, seeming to split her head with a smile, revealing sharp, jagged teeth.
Whoa.
And she directs her attention at each one of you.
What did we feel from being charged, by the way?
Love, for
Hmm.
one. Trust. If you explore this intellectually, you realize these creatures are not casting spells. This is just what happens near them.
Hmm.
If you're anywhere close to them, you get this just feeling of absolute trust and willingness to give yourselves over to whatever they need. You see Lord Differoth backs away even farther and bows his head. Everything is bowing.
Fern is curtsying.
If
Kinda,
you
like, looks
could
around.
roll either an Arcana or a straight intelligence check, all of you.
I'm still on the ground. I've not moved.
Holding
Party
up
mix
another
in
bag.
hand. Yeah. I
We
do
got a 4.
very quietly whisper awesome, but that's it.
Okay. Fern, what'd you get? Okay,
13.
Pieta. 13.
19.
Stony, 19. Rip.
18.
Rip and Stony, you realize, and Fern to some degree, although not in your mind, but in your soul. These are two of the most powerful creatures that exist, at least on this earth, on this world. These are what are known as archfey, both of them. And clearly, this alien-looking female creature is the most powerful. The dryad hanging in the tree speaks. You are welcome at this time in the green, the deep green, which is my abode and my realm. And Lady Aphathil steps out of the pool and walks very, very much like a praying mantis. Like her head and body are perfectly still, but her legs are moving. And she walks to the left and walks to the right and just looks you over. And the dryad speaks. The enemy be roused, but even angry hornets will expose their soft abdomen. Lady Aphathil points at you, but the dryad speaks. Your bubbling directive be valued. We are entertained. The deep green abides long and long and longer than mortal can. The green always shall reclaim what's been taken. Be sure, though, that if ye mortals push too far, too deep, the green will push back, and harder still, and the bones of mortals and the bones of the world all bend and crack to feed the green. Lady Aphathil takes a deep breath, kind of stretches a little bit, and smiles those jagged, pointed teeth. And the dryad speaks again. But lo, our shared enemy is ever vigilant and infecting. It creeps softly, slowly, feeding upon, decaying, poisoning. Already we have lost ground. Already we would see it halted and cut out at the root. And yet, should I become entangled, it would not be taken well by kith, nor kin, nor empire, nor e'en the wild mother herself. No, not I. So, forgive my lack of knowledge, but I take it you are as capable as any mortals So saith my Nimbus. Nimbus is just face first in the soil. Just in order to prove yourselves, I offer a task. Should you complete this task, I shall ask for thy aid. You would represent me in the mortal realm, and I shall remain unseen. I will offer you support and succor and other possibilities. But speed be necessary, all speed, or all may be lost. She looks up. The Dryad continues speaking. Mayhap it be already. Mayhap it be. And the smile cracks her face in half. And if so, the green will sup at the marrow of the mortal world. And then her face changes, grows dark. But nay, this is not yet desirable. Not at this time. And she settles down into kind of a squat crouch, her hands folded in front of her, and waits.
My lady, may I speak? What task do you set before us so that we may prove ourselves to you?
The Dryad speaks, hanging blind out of the tree. Bring me the heart of the undead blight creature infecting our realm.
Mel, you're still silent.
I don't know why this is happening. Sorry. When you say our realm, you mean the mortal realm? This Fey realm we're in right now? Is it all the same?
The Dryad speaks. One affects the other. One touches and reaches through. The creature is here, and yet, perhaps, it also is in the mortal world, in different form. Slay it here, and it shall be slain across the plains.
Do we have a time limit?
Swiftly.
Sorry, Atlas slurping water in the background.
You can hear
I was
that.
about to say something.
Oh
Dude.
shoot, I gotta post a picture of
Quiet,
Lady.
Atlas.
Oh,
Um,
please. I was waiting for that.
Yeah, sorry. The slurping was her little weasel people, her little weasel thing slurping out of the water.
Oh my god, what is this thing? I do not
I
say that
forgot
in
to
game.
tell you, she's got antlers on the sides of her head too.
Yeah. Wow.
What was the question? How soon?
Is there a time limit?
We prefer to make haste.
Shall you guide us to it, or shall we find our own way?
Could not. I shall provide you my Nimbus and her companion as guides and as warriors.
Can we get your word that she'll stay with us the whole time? Because we've kind of had a little experience where she runs away from us.
She just stares at you for a minute and doesn't respond.
Cool.
Go ahead and
Cool,
roll
cool,
an
cool.
insight check, please, Mel.
Cool.
Oh no. 4 on the dice for a total of 4.
Yeah, she just doesn't answer. In fact, anybody can roll an insight check.
Yeah, why not?
Sure. Let's insight check the archfey. What could go wrong?
Mhm.
Well, that's a 4 on the die for a 8.
Anybody get up higher than a 4?
I got a 10.
Yeah, not quite.
Okay, what about a 10?
Yeah.
That's also what I got.
Yeah, you don't know why she's not answering.
Oh my god.
She stares at Sunny for a second and looks away. Probably back to Fern, who's been answering or asking the questions.
I don't say anything, but I recall a memory of my Wa asking me to go get something from like across the village and accepting that ask of her.
Now, you guys want to do whatever she asks. You definitely feel that you should. So while she's waiting for an answer and she sees it's not coming quickly, she says, "But now we sup and know one another and then rest." As she says this, you feel that so much time has passed, you're starving. With your leave, I will ask something of each of you.
Gracious lady.
As she says that, plants and animals come out of the forest. A table slides up. It's made of stone, but it just rises up out of the space between where you are and where they are. And animals and plants and stuff start dropping platters of food on the table. A swarm of myconids rush in, little mushroom people, just ravenously hungry and almost maniacally reaching and grasping for stuff. And these heaping platters of fruits and vegetables and fungi are filling the table, and these animals and plants are just reaching in over you. It's just like a free-for-all. And they eat with abandon, but there's so much. And it looks like the platters are not getting any less full. So you can reach in and grab as you wish. The plants are reaching ropey vines crawling up around you, taking an apple or a mushroom and sliding back out. Goblets of this green pool water are shoved into your hands, and you see everyone just guzzling this stuff, the liquid spilling down their chests and sloshing around. If you are charmed, which all of you are, you are eating.
All right. Yum.
Uh-huh.
Would Fern, as a child, been told any stories about eating in the Feywild in the green?
Roll a history check.
That is
Are we all eating as viciously as everyone else is eating?
Well, you Go ahead and roll an insight check, Pieta.
Ah,
That's a 12.
Okay.
no, that's a 9.
Yeah, you kind of think everything's just going crazy around you, but everybody's getting plenty of food. Fern, you seem to recall something about that, but it doesn't matter right now. It's just this tiny ping is like, should I eat? Oh, but I'm hungry. And you just start eating.
Good food.
I know I'm not supposed to be eating, but I'm just so hungry and it just looks so good.
Yeah.
He fully goes through the food. Can she go up to the myconids?
They're all around you. You can touch
Okay.
them. They're right
And you
next
said
to
there was also mushrooms on the table to eat, right?
Correct. Cooked mushrooms.
I grab a handful and then I walk over to the myconids and be like, I'm confused. What's the difference?
Is this cannibalism?
Roll a persuasion check. You're probably pretty good at those.
I should be, except I got a 7 on the dice for a total of 10. Because I didn't say the same.
This creature's voice happens in your head, and it says, I can think, and I'm hungry.
That is so dumb.
Honey uses Awakened Mind to speak back in their head and be like, so, do you prefer the name mycelium then? If you can think?
Let's see. My name is Jib.
It is nice to meet you, Jib. How long have you lived here? No, Lady Aphathil.
Forever.
That's a long time.
So long. My whole life.
And what do you do here?
Eat and drink
And
and play.
that actually sounds like a lovely life.
I love it. He's just.
I'll start imitating him.
Okay. You guys being heavily charmed is, if you're also charmed by Lord Differoth, you're constantly looking at him and just, he's magnificent. He is a magnificent creature, like a black panther, except his hindquarters are dark brown that become the stag's hind legs, and he's wearing silver jewelry. It's just, he's so cool looking, just magnificent. And
Yeah,
she,
Stony. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
go ahead.
Stony can't take it anymore. He beckons over Cece, who's just been kind of like, just kind of perched and attached at the shoulder, kind of like, he like turns to his shoulder and he whispers, "Notes, start drawing now." So it pops off, and it starts floating, and it goes around to his little knapsack and pulls out some charcoal and some paper and begins one of its little like things that float is using that to attach it to the corners of the paper, each corner of the paper, and it begins to like start shading in something on the
Yeah.
paper.
He's sketching a portrait of Differoth.
Differoth, at just everything
Everything.
that's going on.
Yeah, you're going to
This-
have a lot of sketches. In fact, roll a d8. Let's see how many sketches you will get out of this moment.
Okay. How about a 5?
There you go. You can have 5 pictures of whatever you want. Anybody else
Right.
doing anything in this time? Yetta, you were about to say something. Do you remember what that was?
Nope.
Okay, so looking toward Differoth and at the commotion, it becomes apparent after a while of sitting there. You can't tell how long you were there, but it feels like you're not only sated with enough food, but you want more. Especially this green water. You're drinking it. It's so delicious. It fills some sort of need that you didn't know you had.
Whoa.
And you're looking at Lady Aphathil and her strange face and this shining globe in the back of her head. And her visage starts to swim in your vision. You look into her eyes, these huge eyes that seem to be growing larger. They're liquid, they're pools. And the smile of pointed teeth, and occasionally her tongue slips out and slides across her face. And her skin is amazing. And when you look closely, her skin is marbled with so many colors, and the patterns and the details. Her skin is a map of the world. Mountains and forests, secret glades, deep hidden pools in the interior of caves, forgotten and secret, the shadows of the trees, and blades of grass. Sharp blades of grass. Blades of glass in the grass. Too sharp. Blood. Blood? Red? Is that red? What happened to the lady? You feel pain. Your body tenses and thrums. And Lord Differoth's voice, deep, smooth, comforting, cuts through. Accept or resist. The way is open. Now this is where I'm going to choose each of you individually. The rest are not to know of anything going on. You are sunk into this feast, to staring into this lady's eyes, and you are inside your own head. We'll start
Should
with
we-
Pieta.
Should
Oh,
we
go
take
ahead.
out our
No.
headphones until we
I was
say our
thinking
name?
I was going to do that, but I trust you guys to stay.
I
with
kind
what
of
your
want to do
character
that.
knows. Okay.
I think we should put the name of whose turn it is in our chat in Discord so that we know.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
It's up to you. I'll let you do that
Hey,
if you
I'm
wish.
down. That's cool. I like that.
All right,
Yeah.
let's
I
do
don't
it.
want to be influenced. I'm afraid I'll change my mind.
Just get a
Right.
message
Right.
whenever it's our turn.
All right.
Choose who you want to go first so they don't take theirs off.
Oh,
Okay.
how do I?
Pieta.
Oh, what a crazy way to find out I don't know how to mute. Hold on.
Pieta.
All
You
right.
find
Hello.
yourself you find yourself on a black plain underneath a black sky. The ground is made of black cracked obsidian.
Wow.
You hear
Been in my
clicking
mind before,
noises.
but this
Clicking
is
noises
different.
moving closer, and you see the walls, the sky closing in. You are in a glass bubble, a black glass bubble, and coming into your view right in front of you is a huge black scorpion. 3 times your size.
Oh, huh. How hard is this bubble? Is this guy gonna come through?
Oh, it's in the bubble with you.
Oh! Ah. Do I sense any type of like, um, malice?
It's moving toward you. You, in your past, you have had a fear of scorpions.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Um, I'm no longer charmed or anything, right? It's kind of my own state of mind.
You're do what you want. Do what you
Oh
got.
God. All right. Um, so Scorpion, 3 times the size. He's coming towards me, but slowly or
Slowly.
okay. Um, I'm going to
All your life, you've had a fear of scorpions. At some point, something bad has happened to you or scared you, but there's the biggest scorpion you've ever seen, and it's coming right at you.
I feel like if I was a cat, like all the hairs would be jumping up at
Mhm.
my um I'm kind of frozen. I I know I should be running, but I feel like a deer in a headlight like a situation. Um how big is this bubble? Like if I ran, I probably couldn't run far, right? Yeah, so I think in Pieta's mind it's like he's scared crapless, but like he knows if he runs there's nowhere to run. So it's like if I'm gonna die, it's already happened. If that's what fate's decided. I don't know if like in my mind I had this dialogue, but he just knows it's just like done if he chooses to attack, or at least he might try fighting, but like yeah.
It holds up its pinchers and moves in closer. Its tail stands up high behind it. You can see this wicked sharp point on its stinger. The stinger's bigger than your head.
Dear God. Pieta's like kind of like shaking a bit and starts to like cry and starts to get teary at least and thinks of like if he kind of forgets everything that's been happening and is like, is this my fate? Is this how it all ends? And he feels kind of uh hopeless, like if a little bit. And
Roll a dex save.
oh, good thing I'm actually really good at these.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, except when I get a nat one.
Ooh. As you're wondering what to do, this giant stinger just, and as you try to spin out of the way, it catches you in the shoulder. You feel the poison just digging into the left side of your body. It becomes hard to breathe. The
Ooh.
agony. And this thing steps even closer, reaching out to pinch, to tear you to pieces.
Um, now that I know that it's like actively a threat, something like snaps into me, like that kind of fight or flight, and it's like, all right, mother effer, if I'm going down, I'm gonna go down swinging, and I do I like I search for my dagger if I have the one that Stony made me.
You have nothing. It's just you.
All right, is that stinger still on me?
No, it hit
Or
you and withdrew. It's ready to sting again.
have nothing on me? Okay. I'm going to try to dodge out of the way as soon as he stings again.
Okay, roll the dex save.
Okie dokie. The die has said it is a 19.
It comes flashing down, but your instincts kick in and you do a side flip and you do a full spin in the air and this thing hits the side of the glass. You realize this bubble is only now big enough to hold you and the scorpion. It missed you.
Um, I if I could have rolled towards it, I think I would have. And I think I just start trying to charge around it.
Okay.
To try to get behind it. Maybe latch onto its tail if I could jump onto it.
All right. Roll a dex save.
Here we go. I'm good at these. 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 Is it a 5? No, it's an 18 for a total of 23.
So the two claws lunge at you and you spin over them. You run across the bubble and the tail flashes at you and misses again. You jump out and you straddle the tail.
I climb upwards to its center to its like main body, so he can't, or hoping he can't reach behind me, but hoping for the tail to strike again.
Oh, you know it can strike itself. It can come down on you.
Yeah.
So you are
Um.
between the stinger and the body right now.
So yeah, I try to get just as close to like its center of
Okay,
the
you're
back of
there.
his. All right, and I await. I await for that stinger to come, and at the few last seconds, that's when I'll try to dodge out of the way again.
Okay, give me a dex save.
I'm really good at these. I'm really good at these. Oh, here it goes. Is that a 3? No, it's not. What is it? The past numbers are in the way. 24! A 19 plus 5 for a 24.
The the stinger shoots down past you. You jump out of the way, and it hits itself in the back. Its claws come back, trying to grab you over its back. What do you do?
I slide down. I slide down its back, seeing the claws try to come down. I slide
Okay.
down to get out of reach.
All right. Where do you slide to?
Probably like that bottom curve section.
Okay. So you're behind it. It quickly spins around and it's facing you directly. Roll another dex save.
Okay, here goes. That is a gulp. Um, 6 plus 5, 11. Yeah, 11.
Um, you take another strike. This time it's in the center of your mass, and it pins you to the wall. And then it withdraws and grabs you with both claws and starts pulling you into its mouth parts. What do you do?
As it's pulling me in, struggling with whatever strength I can muster. When I get close enough of attacking range from my feet, I'll try to kick its chin and like kick its chin upward and try to get out.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Okie dokie. Let's see to hit.
What's going on in your mind at this point?
Um, in my mind, it is just like it was absolute despair. Like I have like this is nothing, and until I got struck, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like I can still fight. I can still survive and fight and fight. I've survived this long. I can keep going, and so it's like it's trying not to die. Like I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I want to survive. I want to keep living. But
Okay.
unfortunately, I rolled
What's your
another nat
attack?
one
Ooh.
for a to strike. It was a 6. Nat 1 plus 5 to 6.
You swing at it and miss, and you feel its mouth biting into the center of your chest and starting to chew its way through. You have one more action. What would you like to do?
Um, knowing knowing that this is in this room, it's probably the end. I tried to just think uh good thoughts of like I hope May and Mary and Harry and all of my friends in my group back there. I hope everyone just um like I just wish like the best. Like if I was religious, I'd be praying. I wish the best for everyone.
Okay. Do you take
And
any actions as you pray?
yeah, in my last try ditch effort, I try to go for an eye.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Yeah, that's 10 to hit.
That does not hit.
Yeah.
Your scene fades to black. Okay. If you're going to do what everybody else does, please turn off your headphones.
Yeah.
Okay, Rip. There you are.
Hello.
All right. You are in a place that has gone solid black in your mind. You're
Yeah.
alone on an empty plain of dark, obsidian, cracked ground.
Mhm.
And something, all of your thoughts from your youth go whizzing through because something is coming from above. Something's coming. Something's coming. It's coming down on top of you. It's after you. What do you do?
Um, I try to move out of the way and see what it is that's coming.
You can't see anything. It's pitch black up there. You just know. You have this feeling. Something is about to get you.
I start running. I can't see any sort of directionality, can I?
You just start running.
I start running. Yeah.
You feel something hit the ground really hard, and you feel splinters of glass fly into your back and almost knocks you down. You can keep running or you can do something else.
I'm gonna turn and face it, whatever it is.
You don't see anything. When you whirl around, it's behind you again. It's coming.
I think. And I run a few more steps, but not like I'm really running away. I want to run a few steps and see what it does. Does the feeling like it catches up with me and then stops and then it is moving slowly? Or does it feel like it's the faster I move, the faster it's coming to catch up with me?
Okay, roll a perception check.
Okay. Good thing I'm so good at those. I mean, I'm kind of fine. A 7.
You can't tell. You just know it's trying to get you and you're in imminent danger.
Okay.
Imminent. Imminent and eminent.
Um. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna. Well. Um. Yep. I'm gonna
Roll a dex
run.
save.
Okay.
As you're thinking of what to do, something smashes into the ground right next to you and more shards fly up.
Cool. That's a 14.
All right. You manage to get out of the way of most of it. You feel that the first one, where the glass hit into your back, you feel
Yeah.
wet. Your back is slick now. But this other one didn't get you too bad. Your right side is slightly peppered with glass as well.
Okay. I'm gonna keep running. I'm gonna try and run and run and think. I'm gonna keep running.
Okay.
And just run with direction without any sort of directionality. Just run to try and get away from whatever this is.
Are you running in a straight line as fast as you can?
Yes.
All right.
Um
Boom. Something explodes in the ground again and sprays
Okay.
across you. You are now bleeding profusely.
Okay. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop and sit down and kind of curl myself into a ball and mentally reach out and see if I can reach Nin at all. My little familiar, my weasel.
You feel so very, very alone.
Okay.
Roll an insight
Um,
check on yourself.
Cool. Oh, okay. It's not. Listen, the 7 and the 1 on this die looks so similar. That's
what's
an
your total?
11.
An
It's an
11.
11.
You realize that you're just, whatever it is, it's just you. You have to figure it out all alone.
Okay.
You don't have any
Um,
pouches. You don't have any weapons, no supplies. It's just you.
Nothing. Okay. Um, cool. Well, I am thinking it's just me. I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone. It's me. And I'll stand back up and I'll say, it's me. You're me. I'm not afraid of you. You're me. It's just me here.
You wake up at the table.
I look
Okay.
around. That's it.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
You there? Sunny,
Yes.
you're alone. No Grim. So alone. Your deepest fear. You're on an empty black plane made of obsidian glass, cracked into pieces. The sky is black. And your mother's eyes are watching from every direction. Feel an overwhelming sense of dread. What do you do?
Well, I feel like Sunny's first instinct is literally to crouch down and cover her head and start rocking back and forth saying, "This isn't real. This isn't real. She can't hurt me." And then she lifts her head up and starts looking around. Does she see anyone else? Just utterly alone?
As soon as you glance up, you see her eyes, and then they're gone. You know they're watching you, and you know they're hidden behind this dark veil of sky.
Okay. She looks down at her hand where Grim usually is sitting. And without him there, her hands visibly start to like shake as she tries to gather the courage to stand back up and to
There's
gain
a
a better.
pressure in the air. You know Mother is unhappy.
No. Looks around and then she just screams, "I'm sorry! I'm trying!"
A weight pushes you flat onto your stomach, and you're splayed out, arms and legs splayed across the ground, and you feel like something's crushing you. And then it relents. You feel like a few bones are snapped. You are very badly hurt.
Sunny starts to try to shove herself back up. Tell me how to do better. I can do better. Just tell me.
An overwhelming thought in your head. You're not good enough. You'll never be good enough. You are my least successful student. I'm glad you're gone. And this weight starts pushing again.
Sunny, this is like everything Sunny does not want to hear, and it like confirms some of her deepest fears. That she isn't good enough. She's the reason that Rip died. She is the reason that she got trapped with Mother in the first place, and she's not made any great decisions, and now this is all just confirming these fears, and she just starts going back to the ground and starts saying, just, I'm trying. I promise I'm trying, but it's so hard.
Boom! This pressure just splats you again. You feel more bones break. Your jaw feels like it comes unhinged.
What do you want from me? What more do I have to give to you?
Roll an insight check.
Oof. 7 on the dice for a total of 7.
Mother says, everything. Boom! Another pressure flattens you on the ground. You feel like your legs aren't working now. Your back. Something wrong with your back.
Sunny is terrified and stunned, in pain. And she yells, I've given you everything! I gave you 5 years of my life!
Everything. Boom! Now your right arm is useless.
I
You
feel
have
like
your
at this
left
point,
arm and
she
your
starts
head.
screaming. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
You have one more action. What do you do?
okay. Sunny, with her last action, she has her left arm available, which is the one that usually holds Grim. And she's going to cast Mold Earth and try to bury herself.
Okay. Everything goes dark.
Yeah.
All right. You're done.
Oh. Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Everything goes dark. You're on a black, cracked obsidian plain with a black sky. And you're running as hard as you can. You're reaching forward. You're trying to reach your sister who is screaming. She's receding. Her hand is out to you. She's bloody. She's begging for help. And you feel something coming from behind you. You hear the crack of whips and you feel something sting you as a whip cuts across your back. What do you do?
And yell and barrel around with the short sword, my short sword out, and
You
my
have
other
nothing.
arm.
It's just you.
Then I put my arm up like this and my other arm out to try to grab my sister.
Okay. You can choose one.
She grabs her sister.
You lunge for your sister and you feel these things cutting into your back. Somebody or something behind you is going to kill you. Your sister's
If-
screaming, save me, save me. They're dragging me away. Help, you're the only one who can do it. And you feel these whips just carving into you. What do you do?
If
First of
that's
all,
what it takes.
what's going through your mind?
Um, Fern doesn't even second guess that this isn't actually happening. Like, this is real and
Yeah.
she's getting another chance. That's where her mind is. And she is determined that this time her sister's not going to die. And so even if it kills her, she's going to save her sister.
You grab your sister, you pull her in. It takes all you have. You feel you're pulling her so hard you feel your biceps tearing. You get her wrapped up. These weapons are still carving. Your back feels like it's in strips. You've never felt such pain, but your sister is wrapped up in your arms. What do you do?
I whisper to Eliana to beseech the Archheart to protect us.
You look down as you say this, and she's turning to smoke in your hands.
Ugh. Oh
You can
no.
still hear her screaming, "Please, you're all I've got. Save me. Help me. It hurts so badly," as she's dissipating out of your arms.
Fern is going to barrel around to face what has been hitting at her and try to actually zero in on what is actually happening, because she realizes as Eliana is turning to smoke that this is not real. This is not real anymore.
As you plant your feet and spin around to throw a fist, you wake up at the table with all the food. Done. You there?
I'm here. There's something nerve-wracking about going last. I'm a little nervous.
You are among thousands. You don't see them because you're working so hard. The sky above you is black, and you're in a black pit digging into black clay with your fingers. You're toiling. You're trying to dig through this clay along with thousands of other people. That is your purpose, to dig this clay out of the wall. Your fingers are bloody. You can't think about it. You dig in the slippery clay, and the knowledge that whomever is driving you and everyone has hurt you and will hurt you and your family if you stop. What do you do?
Um, what was the last thing that Lord
Differoth?
Differoth. What was the last
Differoth.
thing that he said? Accept it or reject it.
He said, accept or resist. The way is open.
So it takes a few moments for Stony to like ground himself. He tries to think back to that moment. How long has he been digging? Does he know?
You can make an intelligence check
Okay.
or a history
Oh,
check.
I'll do a history check. I get a bigger bonus for that. How's about a 9?
It feels like forever. It feels like this is your reality, and if you slow down, it's nothing but pain for you and for everyone.
I look across. Who is digging with me?
You can't see faces. It's just these nameless, faceless people covered in black clay that are digging frantically along with you.
Okay. So Stoney's getting the sense that if he stops, he is going to be in a world of hurt, and everyone around him is going to get hurt too.
Everyone that you love, not the people also digging. You don't know where your family is, but you know that what you do will affect them.
And I just have this feeling.
You know it. It's not a feeling. It's
Right.
knowledge.
I know that if I stop. Wow.
They're
Okay.
watching you right now.
Um Stony begins to shake his head with the, he to some extent he knows that it may not be real, but oh boy, it feels as real as a nightmare. And despite all of his senses screaming at him to continue, he's going to try and stop.
If you stop, you know what happens. So you stop. What do? Do you turn around? Why do you stop?
Why?
Yes.
Simply because there has to be a better way.
When you stop, what do you do?
I point to the formless being that's next to me,
Okay.
and I say, "You there. We seem to be digging with our hands, but we could dig it quite faster if we had tools.
You feel
Perhaps
a
we could get
pressure
organized."
and an anger and an hatred building behind you. Something has noticed that you have stopped.
There must be a better way to do this. He's shaking, but he's trying to press on as best he can.
Press on and dig, or press on and not dig?
To not dig. He begins like frantically like looking around. I can make this better. I can make the digging go faster. I will do what you want. I can make it better.
What emotion is going through Stony?
Utter and pure desperation. Just utter fear. He's so afraid.
You feel yourself slammed back into the clay you are digging face first. It's up your nose, it's in your mouth, and you get the full instruction, dig.
Stony takes both of his hands and he props himself up. He wipes his face. And he turns around, trying his best to be defiant.
Because
He knows that one way or another, the pain will come. So he's either going to accept it or he's going to resist it. And he is choosing to resist that force. Purely because that is who he is.
Roll a d20, please.
An 8.
You are grabbed again by this force, spun around and shoved into the wall as hard as it can be. You go in deep and you're stuck for a second. It's in your mouth so deep it's going down your throat. It's in your nose. It's in your eyes. What do you do?
He spits it out and he says, "I've dealt with many like you in my life. Bullies and those who wish to put me down, to snip me, to stop me from growing. But I know what I'm worth. And I can be worthwhile to you if you let me.
You find yourself saying this at the table in the deep green. Everybody's coming back now.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
everybody.
We're back.
So,
Are
couple
we
things.
back?
We're back-ish.
Yeah.
You find yourselves back at the table. Pieta, actually you and Sonny, you find yourselves under the table,
Oh,
There.
retching,
Yeah.
vomiting, surrounded by these creatures, animals, living, sentient plants. You have had, like my mom says, you've had a bad roast beef. Something got in you, and you are not having fun. However, Fern, you have faced your demons, and you now have, for the rest of this campaign, advantage against fright.
That's awesome.
good job.
Nice.
Stony, you have accepted who you are and rejected anyone's effort to change you. You now can cast the augury spell. Rip, you have faced your greatest fears and told it to go fuck itself. You are no longer afraid of birds, and in fact, you have advantage in dealing with flying creatures, and you can
Ooh.
send messages via birds now.
Hell yeah. We're
Um,
calling Pinch the Pigeon back.
and as you guys find yourselves in the deep green, you're fully fed, you feel warm, and well, most of you feel safe in this place. And it's growing dark, and you feel the need to rest. And all of you are carried gently and tucked into these small growths that bubble out of the ground and tucked in and under blankets and cushions. And that's where we're going to end tonight's game. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I did a lot of talking, but I had a lot of fun. Hopefully everyone did.
Yeah.
I agree to Jack. I was totally captivated by
Yes.
all the imagery. Damn, you
Yeah.
really rolled it out tonight. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Oh, I promised I was going to tell you something, and now I forgot what that was. Promised I was going to explain something.
Oh, the creatures.
Oh yeah, those were the ones I told you guys about that I dreamed. It was in a dream
Oh,
that I had,
yeah.
and it was so real. I was like, how have I never heard of
Yeah.
this creature before? They're cool. And then when I woke up, I was like, oh man, I got to make a mini of this and include it in the game.
Nice.
But yeah, that was a
Oh,
lot of
that's
fun
cool.
to create all this craziness, and it's not over yet because you're still in the deep green.
Yay.
Yeah.
And I think you guys have accepted her challenge to go bring her the heart of this critter.
Mhm.
So anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. We are Zeros to Heroes, a Dicey Decisions group, and we play on Monday nights and on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Central, both. Our Friday night game goes for 4 hours, and this one goes for roughly 2. we're having a blast, and we're so appreciative that you guys come and watch and hang out and comment. So, if you're watching this on YouTube sometime in the future, go ahead and hit like and maybe comment and tell us what we did right, did wrong, whatever. We'll see you next time on Dicey Decisions RPG.
Zeros to heroes.
Zero! Why do I feel like I'm taking
You back when we're heroes.
I just said cheese, but like zero votes.